YouTube is a place where anyone and everyone can upload whatever videos they want, as long as it abides by the term of service. Skits, animations, vlogs, basically whatever you want. And yet, currently YouTube is a cesspool of trends, regurgitated content, and insincere charity work. It's rough out here. But back in the day, it was, well, so YouTube wasn't ever really great, but that's only if you're looking at it from a pessimistic point of view. YouTube as a whole is pretty fantastic in my opinion. It can have some great content that's genuinely better than a lot of Hollywood productions or what you see on TV. It's just that back in the day, you'd have something so genuine, like, let's say, a remake of the Super Mario Bros. Got Milk commercial, made by a 13-year-old and his brother. Do I prefer 2007 over now? Well, one, I was a baby. Two, hell no, I think we have it way better now than when YouTube was first starting out. But we rarely get gems like a kid using a Mario doll to show us his Nintendo consoles. Then again, I do get videos like how to make pickle Pepsi at home for free. Or my supervillain intro. Anyways, I'm getting a bit sidetracked from what I wanted to talk about. Throughout YouTube's lifespan, we've had a lot of variety in what videos we'd get. There'd be high production for the time, video game reviews, video diaries, video game trailers, or plush videos.
Oh, hello there, Luigi! Oh, you looking forward to Christmas this year?
You like to be Phil?
Plush videos? What the hell's that? Plush videos are a genre on YouTube called PlushTube, where people of all ages would get a camera, grab some plushies, and record them doing stuff. Of course, that's a really simple way of explaining it, but that's basically what it is. It all started with a channel called Elmo Fan. They made some surprising videos, I'm gonna be honest.
Sick and tired of you excusing me of sleeping with other men. Sick and tired of this, there's nothing to talk about, okay? Oh shit. Fuck you.
So that's what you think about me, Frogger? I'll show you what I think about you. And your little gay friend, too. Are you saying I should become straight? Yes, Woody. That is what I say.
I was not expecting this from a channel called Elmo Fan. Like, it's hilarious, don't get me wrong, but it's not what I expected. I don't really have a lot to say about them. I only just found out about this channel while writing the script. Anyways, After Elmo Fan was a YouTube channel that if you're into plush tubing, you probably already know about. It's called Cute Mario Bros. I was about to say Super Mario Bros. I saved myself. It's about a Mario toy and a Luigi plush going on adventures together, and this created a subgenre for plush tubing specifically about Mario plush videos. I don't know what this is. There's nothing like merging. I don't know why I did that. So that's basically the history of plush tubing. I covered every single base, okay? Trust me. Now let's talk about SML. I referenced SML a lot throughout this video without you knowing. That's called subliminal messaging. Unless you did know, then I just wasted my time. SML, also known as Super Mario Logan, is a channel that made Mario plush videos. Duh! SML was started by a kid named Logan 30acre in 2007. His first video was that Super Mario Got Milk remake I mentioned earlier. I'm not going to go over too much on Logan specifically, because there's a lot of other stuff I want to talk about, and to be honest, the video would be kind of sad at some points, which I don't want that. I don't want my viewers to feel anything. No. I want you to mindlessly watch my videos while you're probably doom scrolling on the other tab or playing Fortnite. Logan made a Draw My Life, which if you become invested after watching this video, I really suggest watching it. It's a good watch. His second video on his channel was that Nintendo Game Systems video I mentioned earlier, where the Mario plush doll is talking about his game stuff and, you know, blah blah blah. But his magnum opus was Wario's BMX challenge.
Hi, I'm Wario, and I like to ride my BMX bike for walkout. Okay, see? Look at this. I'm like doing that orange right back right there. Oh yeah. Gonna jump. Gonna do my cool trick. I'm gonna jump off this mountain right here. Gonna land on that navigator. Gonna land perfectly. Okay, without a scratch or anything. Okay, one go. Okay. Okay, let's see this. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
His videos mainly just had Mario characters at first, but as time went on, he added characters like Tony the Tiger, Woody, Shrek, Mr. Pig, all voiced by his brother Lance, by the way. Yeah, he did these videos with just his brother Lance at first. Eventually, he had 2 of his friends, Luke and Zeke, join him, and they had their own characters and everything. One day, Logan had the idea to film his characters going on adventures instead of just parroting American Idol or showcasing a bunch of Logan stuff. He called this series Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures. Genius. This series created his, at the time, most popular character, Mama Luigi. This of course was way back in the day. Luke and Zeke don't do videos with Logan anymore because they moved away to Colorado, which also meant Mama Luigi would be gone because his voice actor Zeke was gone. A lot of people consider this period Logan's prime, which I genuinely can't view this as anything but nostalgia, which I know is very dismissive. I myself hate people that just chalk things up to being nostalgia blind or nostalgia goggles or whatever. But that's just the only reason I can think of why someone would prefer this over a future video like Jeffy's daughter. Now as time went on, Logan met more people and added more characters. He met a kid named Lavelle, and he helped film videos with Logan by playing characters like Bowser, a new character who is one of the greatest characters of all time, Chef Peepee.
Yo, Chef Peepee, heard it's your birthday, dawg. Shizzle my nizzle and keep it real for Rizzle. Also, your cooking sucks. Need to buy my cookbook and learn how to cook some shit.
Chef Peepee was a chef that worked for Bowser. He started off as an insane chef that killed Bowser's minions and turned them into food. But in his next appearance, he mellowed out a bit and just became a cranky, tired chef who was forced to take care of another new character, Bowser's spoiled and neglected child, Bowser Jr. Don't ask me how he's both. It's just the perfect way to describe him, okay? Now, as you can tell by Chef Peepee, Logan didn't just want to make Mario videos. He wanted to add his own original characters in there too, which are surprisingly some genuinely great and funny characters, some better than the actual Mario characters. Later on, they'd introduce more puppets, such as a puppet named Brooklyn T. Guy, who was basically a guy who'd worked everywhere and was just a tired, overworked, middle-aged, divorced twice, mustachioed straight man to the antics that would happen inside of Bowser's and Mario's house. Logan also introduced a cop character named Officer Goodman. Goodman came before Chef Peepee and Brooklyn Guy, but I'm not going in order here, okay? I'm just talking about characters here. Goodman was a parody of real-life officers, which included having him be corrupt, racist, you know, the typical cop parody.
Hey, you're that black guy I saw in the news conference, ain't you?
Yeah, that's me.
This is car 15. I'm gonna need backup. I've got a stolen vehicle here.
But this is my car.
Suspect's getting belligerent.
What?
Officer down.
Goodman later became a second Brooklyn Guy, where he was a teacher, a news anchor, a CEO, basically any role Brooklyn Guy couldn't fill without it not making sense to his character. And even later on, he just became a rich guy who was also the news anchor. Don't get me wrong, he's hilarious in my opinion, even funnier than he was before, but it's just a funny transition on how he went from a cop all the way to the richest man in the world. A weird thing that changed was that Goodman used to have a blue suit and a red bow tie, but then in one video, his suit changed to what he describes as an elephant asshole suit.
Yep.
It was a black suit and had a black bow tie. It's not important to anything, but like, that was such a strange change that I still never understood to this day. I don't think they ever explained it. It's just like if they changed SpongeBob's red tie to a blue tie, it would just like be a random change. As for the titular character Mario, he went from a typical Mario to more of an everyman character who still kind of saves the day sometimes. And then he went to a depressed, lazy, balding, middle-aged man who can't even get a girlfriend and just sits on his asshole, to eventually an adopted father, married, still depressed, lazy, and balding middle-aged man who just sits on his ass all day. Of course, I don't think I'll go through every character in the series. They introduced way more, like Jackie Chu, Rosalina Simmons, the police chief, Screwball.
Where's the snake balloon at?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and give it a tug, kid?
Okay.
But one character they introduced was more infamous than any other. In order to talk about this character, I think we need a little more context. Logan went from living in his mom's house, which mainly consisted of Bowser Jr. and Chef Peepee videos, which were the most popular at the time. They did stuff like Pokemon, the Summer School series, Playtime, and a ton other. Summer School series was probably one of the most important series on the channel because it introduced all of Junior's extended cast. Like his friend Joseph, who was a Koopa Trooper with braces and loved basketball. He was introduced in videos before this series, but never like this. The series did introduce Junior's now other best friend, Cody, the gay nerdy Magic Koopa. And the three of them plus Chef Peepee would be the majority of the SML videos. Then Junior burned down the house and they moved into an apartment, and they made even more Junior videos. But with the apartment came one video about one character that caused a snowball effect that ended up fucking over SML and changing the hierarchy of the SML universe forever. You all probably know who he is. It's Jeffy.
Jeffy, what are we doing here? Daddy, there's a really hot girl in here I want to riz. You should just walk up to her house, Jeffy.
Ring-a-ling-ding.
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Yeah, it's Jeffy. Jeffy is the biggest thing to ever happen to SML. He took the channel by storm. Jeffy at first was supposed to be some one-off character, but then something unexpected happened. He got views! Jeff became like the channel's mascot. He became SML's Mario. Wait a second. This was it. This was how SML got popular. I mean, it was kind of popular before, but not like this. This was mainstream popularity. Logan was rolling in it. He was able to move into a nice house. He got several cars for him and his girlfriend. He got put on Good Morning America. Oh, wait. Yeah, so there was a video where Jeffy almost hung himself. That kind of led to a kid in real life attempting it and getting hurt, which led to them getting demonetized, and then he got put on Good Morning America. He also had this character named Doofy the Dragon, who was basically a kids' TV show host that Junior watched every day, and pretty much every episode just consisted of him killing himself in various different ways. Good Morning America was basically a death sentence for SML. It gave them the negative attention of people who didn't know what SML was. The demonetization was already bad enough, but they got demonetized again and again because they were not advertiser friendly. Cheese balls! They switched channels 3 times. From Super Mario Logan to Super Luigi Logan to Super Bowser Logan. It was crazy and not really fair in my opinion. I didn't like Jeffy at first because I consumed a lot of SML hate videos, but now I think he's genuinely really funny, and it actually sucked that YouTube kept fucking them over like that. But it only got worse from here. Eventually, the worst thing that could happen to any Nintendo channel happened. They got the attention of the Nintendo Ninjas.
Alright guys, so I'm going to tell you a story about why you can't be happy in life. And my mom was texting me and she was like, you have a certified letter. And I was just like ignoring it because I was like, I always get stupid letters. And she's like, you have a letter here from a lawyer. And I'm like, oh no. I immediately thought the worst and it was true. And I said, open it, read it for me. And she's like, it's a letter from a lawyer from Nintendo. And it says they want you to stop using their characters. So anyway guys, we can no longer use Nintendo characters ever again. Like literally ever again. We'll get the lawyer to talk to him. Maybe we can work something out, but probably not. Literally, probably not. I don't ever think anything good will happen.
They got a cease and desist, and they had to stop making videos with their Mario plushes, which I imagine must have been hard because Logan was such a big Nintendo fan. But think of the money-making opportunity. Logan turned his characters into original designs and sold them on his merch website. You can make way more money selling these puppets. Sure, they lose some of the charm of using Mario characters and plushies, and wouldn't really be considered plush videos anymore, but the characters barely acted like Mario characters anyways, so it really wouldn't change that much. Sure, the puppets were hard to get used to at first, but after a while, the fans got used to them, and the puppets molded into being more appealing shapes. Mario became Marvin, a bald middle-aged man in a red shirt and a blue tie. Junior became, well, Junior, a pale ginger kid with a ponytail and a bib. Cody and Joseph became Cody and Joseph. Joseph looks basically what you'd imagine he'd look like, and Cody became ugly. But I got used to the puppet, and I think it looks fine now. Rosalina became Rose. Black Yoshi became your boy Dougie, a black dinosaur who's cousins with Booger, Jeffy's pet dinosaur, who technically would be the puppet version of Yoshi, since that's the same lore as before, Black Yoshi being regular Yoshi's cousin and all. Toad became Lil T. They even brought back Luigi as a puppet.
No, stop it. Normal people don't do this. People named Lewis do not jump on turtles.
They really want to get sued, don't they? They also made new characters using their new puppet-making capabilities, like Steve Staleburger, or Penelope, Brooklyn Guy's daughter, Chives, Mr. Goodman's butler, Bully, who used to be a character named Bully Bill, but became more of a character after turning into a puppet. Honestly, in a way, it was a positive that they got that cease and desist letter, because they would stop being shackled down by Nintendo. Sure, they couldn't mention anything Nintendo related, but it's fine. They still had Lance, Logan's brother's channel, and Chili, Logan's girlfriend's channel, both being sources for behind the scenes and vlogs, so they could just talk about it there. Oh yeah, I should mention Logan now has a daughter with Chili. A lot of the SML cast has kids now. Lavelle, who plays Joseph, Braxton and Chef Peepee has a son, and Anthony, who played mostly miscellaneous characters at first, until the Puppet era, where he plays characters like Chives, Timmy, Rose's alien parent. He has a son too. Poobie or Pablo or Chris or Dirty or whatever the fuck his real name is. It's Chris. He doesn't have any kids. At least if he does. He doesn't really go public about anything because he doesn't really do social media. I mean, he has a TikTok, but he just posts random stuff.
May the 3rd be with you. When I was in high school, I watched a lot of My Little Pony.
Oh yeah, Poobie plays Brooklyn Guy, Cody, Lone Dolphin, and a ton of other characters. Logan's brother, Lance, who plays Goodman, Jeffy, Tony the Tiger, Shrek, Woody, Dougie, and a ton of other characters. I don't think he has any kids, but he does have a wife. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of just stating facts and observations right now. The next thing I want to talk about, and I don't really have a good transition for, is the many eras of SML. Let's start off with the early years, as I call them, where Logan was still a kid and didn't really know what he was doing. He just posted whatever he wanted. Then comes the old house era, which was the same house that was in the early years, but shut up. The old house era goes from Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures Season 2, Episode 1, to Bowser's House Fire. At least, that's why I think it starts. The old house era was primarily junior videos. The videos were slower paced and were mostly improv'd, so the scenes went on longer and the jokes didn't always land. A lot of fans think this was SML's peak. I think the apartment era was overall their peak, but every era still has its videos that I always go back to. Like for example, what I consider to be the best videos to come from this era was Bowser Jr.'s Summer School, which was where Junior had to go back to summer school and it introduced a ton of fun characters like Cody, Principal Steinbach. It also solidified some characters' roles like Joseph as Junior's best friend, Jackie Chu as the teacher. It was a nice simple era until Junior burnt his house to the ground. Yeah, Junior left a scented candle lit in his bed for the whole day, and that's what burnt down the house, leading to the Brooklyn firefighter trying to put it out, and later on giving them a new temporary apartment. Anyways, next up is the apartment era. This is when Logan moved out of his mom's house and moved into his first apartment. This one spans from the end of Bowser's House Fire to the Kooplings Part 2. This was when I started watching. My first SML video was Bowser Jr.'s 8th birthday. It was like a Five Nights at Freddy's parody where Junior, Joseph, Cody, and Chef Peepee all go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and then everyone dies. But my favorite video from this era is probably nothing. I don't really have a favorite. There's too many good videos. Like Bowser Jr.'s credit card, Bowser Jr.'s painting, Bowser Jr.'s Nintendo 3DS, Bowser Jr. goes to the sun, Bowser Jr.'s package, Bowser Jr. Okay, there were a lot of Bowser Jr. videos. But another one I liked was The Elevator, which was also a Bowser Jr. video. Damn it. Okay, one major criticism Logan gets is having the same loop of Bowser Jr. videos, and later on Jeffy videos, and later on Bowser Jr. and Jeffy videos. I personally don't have a problem with it because, I mean, variety is always good, I think, but I really like Junior and Jeffy, so who the fuck cares? To be honest, going back, Jeffy had a ton of funny videos, like Jeffy goes to the zoo and Jeffy's homework.
On this f***ing card, it was baby 2. It was 2 plus 2 equals baby 2. Why is that not baby 0?
There's no such thing as a baby.
Because you know what? On this f***ing card, baby 0 would actually be right.
This era was honestly so good. But then came the 2-part series, The Koopalings. Junior clones himself because nobody wants to play with him. Jeffy would rather lick a cactus than play with him. Cody and Joseph would rather go to a hockey game. His dad won't play with him. The prostitute on the phone won't play with him. So he decides to just play with himself. Wait, while he's at the park, Screwball the clown and Hansel the hobo try selling him a cardboard box, passing it off as a clone machine. That actually works somehow, cloning him 7 different times. He meets his new brothers and sister, and then he shows them off to his dad. And we end part 1. Then, 7 months later, what in tarnation? Why was there a 7-month gap between these videos? Okay, well, we get part 2, I guess. Bowser tells Junior if the Koopalings are able to clean the entire apartment, they get to live there. And it leads to some Can the Hat style shenanigans where they destroy the entire apartment until Bowser and Chef Peepee come home and see the mess. Then Mario, Rosalina, and Jeffy come home. Then Mr. Goodman comes by and tells them all their neighbors called about a chainsaw going off.
If there's a chainsaw in this apartment, I swear to God, you are evicted as fuck. I'm coming in your apartment complex, I'm gonna look around, and if I see with my own 2 eyes a fucking chainsaw, you 2 are fucked.
And that's the end of the apartment era. The new house era starts from the video titled The New House to the Human Potion. Or if you want to be lenient, it goes all the way until the Super Bowl problem. That's the last time we see the plushies appeared. The new house starts off with the gang in a Holiday Inn doing their usual antics. Jeffy jumping on the bed, Mario punching Jeffy, Chef Peepee beating Junior up for losing them the house, until Brooklyn guy, the GOAT, comes in and tells them about a new house that was recently foreclosed on. He tells them about how 25 people were murdered in that house.
What is that? Oh, how about that? That's 26. How do we miss that one?
Mario makes some stupid observations and questions.
Is this house 2 stories?
Yeah. Did you not see it when you came in?
Yeah, Mario.
When you looked at it outside, you didn't notice? I mean, you walked past the stairs on the way in here, dumbass.
How did you not see it?
I mean, look up. See that?
Oh.
Yeah, it's 2nd story.
Brooklyn guy continues the tour and tells them to never go inside this tiny little door, which we later find out is a secret room that Brooklyn guy, who's secretly the guy who murdered those 26 people, lives in. And he was never a cop or a doctor or a firefighter or any of those things. He just put on the outfits of the people who he murdered, and it was an insane reveal. Crazy to turn such an important, reoccurring character into a secret mass murderer who tries to kill Mario, Rosalina, and Jeffy. Is what I would say if that actually happened. Which kind of did, but it was revealed that it was actually Brooklyn T. Guy's brother, Does Bad Things Guy, who is his only identical twin, so he had him cover for him since getting them the new house. I would be disappointed if the reveal wasn't so stupid it became funny. And I mean, like, Does Bad Things Guy, you kidding me? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Give me 10 more. Also, I mean, in the new house, they literally talk about Brooklyn Guy's many other brothers, like Miami Guy or Chicago Guy, so it didn't really come out of nowhere. Anyways, another important video they released at this time was Jeffy's parents, which was led up to ever since Jeffy's first appearance. That's how built up it was. For a whole year. Jeffy was dropped off at Mario's door by his mom, and a whole year later, she comes back to pick him up because world-renowned painter Jacques-Pierre Francois killed himself for a painting he called The Suicide. He was a character that appeared in Bowser Jr.'s painting and was the main antagonist of the video, but later it was revealed he was actually Jeffy's father, and he left all of his money to Jeffy, and that's the reason his mom came back for him, so she can get Jeffy's money when he turns 18. And this video is actually top tier. If you actually give a fuck about these characters, then it does get emotional at times. It's not like unironic cinema, but like, it's good, I swear. Jeffy's mom is a crack whore. She looks hideous and probably did drugs and drank while she was pregnant with Jeffy, which is the reason why he's the way he is. At first, Mario was gladly going to give Jeffy away, but after a while he gets a change of heart and realizes how awful he's been, and calls the cops on Jeffy's mom and adopts Jeffy for real this time. Then they find out about the money, which Mario obviously gets excited about, but he adopted Jeffy before knowing about the money, so he's a good guy. After he adopts Jeffy, Rosalie comes back to him because she left after Jeffy got taken away by his mom, and Jeffy plays on his cat piano for God knows how long, and Mario is fine with it for once, because he's just happy to have Jeffy. A lot of people hated this ending because they found Jeffy annoying and thought he just tortured Mario, but like, putting your biases aside, Jeffy is literally just a stupid kid. Like, nothing he does is genuinely vile out of malice. So it's just like some grown men beefing with a 12-year-old. Now, modern day Jeffy, who's like 21, I think, he does things out of malice, but it's funny, so I don't care. The end of the new house is pretty uneventful because it ends abruptly. The human potion just introduces the human puppets for Junior, Joseph, and Cody, and the Super Bowl problem is just another SML video. Now we move on to the puppet era, starting with either the human potion or rich Brooklyn guy. Once again, not a very eventful video because the switch happened so abruptly. They had to switch channels like a 4th time because he had to delete all of his other ones. One of them almost having 10 million subscribers, which is unbelievable. Like, I'd kill myself if I had to do that. I'm kidding. The 4th channel starts with mostly just remakes of the older videos, but with the puppets. None of them better than the originals, I think, but still good seeing as they're just the old videos with puppets and few change/new jokes. They stopped doing remakes after a while, and since their fan base has been actually really loyal and follow them throughout all their channels, they still get millions of views on videos and just all kind of accept that the past videos are canon. And even them getting sued is sometimes considered canon in universe, like they mention it. I'd say the puppet era has had the most variety since the old school era, or whatever I called that era. You know, like when he first started out. Like, we'd get videos about Goodman, Brooklyn Guy, Braxton, Marvin, Rose, Chef Peepee videos, just videos about multiple characters. Even videos about the actual SML crew, like Peepee, Logan, Lance, Lavelle, Lena, Anthony. They made the cast of the puppets and even do like real life human segments with just the actors, no puppets at all. I don't think it's as good as old videos. Whether that's nostalgia or not, I don't care. But it's still good, I think. They honestly haven't changed as much as people claim. It's kind of like South Park. It changed in minor ways, but like overall, still basically the same. To be honest, I think I even prefer some puppet designs over the originals, like Marvin and Rose. Now I think I went over everything I wanted to go over in this video. We have a 12-page script here, and I think it's time to wrap it up. SML is still one of the strangest puppet shows I've ever seen. It started off with plushies and then added a few puppets and then went completely puppets. It's a lot like South Park and Family Guy mixed with the Muppets and Sesame Street. It's very raunchy and random and stupid and offensive, but it's also very funny. Very funny. Not every episode is a banger, but it's still good. If this video interests you, I recommend giving any of the videos I mentioned a watch. Anyways, that's about all I have to say. But in commemoration of SML, I decided to make my own junior video.
So guys, what do you want to do? I don't know, dude. I'm bored. Hey, guys, I'm gay. I'm gay, guys. You know that? Do you know I was gay, guys? You know that? You guys know that? You guys know I'm gay? Junior, I fucking hate you.
It's so fun to rip a fart, whether on my bike or in my car. Feels so great to flatulate, it's fun to let out a fart. Today I went to see a show, chilly last night I was ready to blow. Nothing's greater than in a theater, alone at the show. It's so fun to rip a fart, whether